Hello there and welcome to this week's edition of Football Everyday, your weekly dose of football chat and banter coming to you direct from the studios here at the Manara Star. Hello there, I am Zack. In the studio with me, we've got a formidable strike pairing of Shebby Singh, Brian Martin. Hello boys.
Oh yeah.
And of course we're here to talk about football. We're going to start with running the rule over last weekend's matches in the Premiership. Great weekend of football it was. We got to start with Man United, rampant Rooney, Shebby. The boy's on fire, and he's really making Man United tick at the moment.
Yep, we can talk about his qualities. He did lose his way a little bit simply because he was not being played in his favourite position. He was having to do makeshift duties here and there. But he's there, and yes, maybe people might disagree. I think he struck up this understanding with Berbatov. I think they're on the same wavelength. The level of intelligence among them is just unbelievable, and you can see that partnership growing, and with that Rooney's confidence as well.
Fantastic stuff. And Brian, it seems that Rooney plays best when he's got a partner up front. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, exactly. I agree with what Shebby said also about Berbatov being a good foil for Rooney, just as Emil Heskey is for England. I think it's been proven, and I think Ferguson now realizes that to get the best out of Rooney, you don't shunt him out to the right wing or to the left wing, make him play as a utility player. No, his best position is just behind the centre forward. Feeding off balls from people like Berbatov.
Well, last weekend, West Brom put up a great fight. Very resilient West Brom, but in the end, quality took its toll. Brian, your man Berbatov, right? You had doubts initially, but he's come in and he looks like he's settled down, and the goals are starting to flow, mate.
Yeah. It wasn't only me. I think a lot of people questioned Ferguson's decision to buy
the
Berbatov.
price tag, obviously.
Price tag, and Berbatov isn't what you would call a typical United player. He doesn't charge about. Hard work isn't his middle name.
Yeah.
But he adds a certain presence to the United lineup.
I think, Brian. I think intelligence level. I think that is the key word, because he's a player who thinks faster than most people move, and I think that is what sets him aside. He's always had this language style about him, but his mind takes over faster than anyone.
I think I enjoy watching Berbatov for one thing, and it's just like his ability to pick a pass, Shebby. I mean, he's got this something that very few strikers seem to have.
Right,
He's not just a finisher.
No,
he can assist
not at
as
all.
well.
Because I think the initial feeling was that he's just there to be the finisher. He's not. I mean, he's got the vision of a midfield. He's got the vision of a Zinedine Zidane when he drops into midfield and picks the ball up. And that really, I cannot remember any striker like off the top of my head right now who had that kind of vision. Yes, Cantona was one of them. Cantona could play up front, he could drop into midfield, and he could play defense splitting passes. So that is the only player that I can compare him with. But it is a quality that you're born with.
Okay, fantastic stuff. So rampant United there. We got to take a look at another team that's going great guns. That's of course is Liverpool, still unbeaten in the league. A tad lucky last weekend again, would you say, Brian?
More than a tad lucky.
Yeah, 2-0 down at half-time to Wigan through two great goals, and then they came back to win 3-2. Comeback kings, Liverpool.
Comeback kings now, and you need that element of luck if you're going to win the championship. And certainly, for the time being, they're having that luck, lots of luck actually. 15 minutes to go, Wigan playing well. Steve Bruce on the sidelines, licking his lips in anticipation of going back to Wigan with 3 points in the bag. And what happens next? Valencia, in a moment of madness, throws the game away. And you knew what was coming next. With 10 men, Liverpool attacking all the time. It was bound to happen.
Lucky Liverpool. Would you agree with that, chaps?
I think somewhere along the way you've got to look at quality as well. I do remember Man United in their really serious glory days. How many matches did they win coming from behind? Scoring late in matches. I do remember a certain header from Steve Bruce. When everything was almost lost, and that is a quality that now Liverpool are beginning to develop. So looking at the positives, yes, you need that as well, and and that is why I think seriously that Liverpool will be contenders for the championship.
Wow, Liverpool as title contenders. You hear everything on here on Football Every Day. Okay, we're going to take a little break, but before we take that break, I just got to mention a quick mention to Hull-tastic Hull, because once again they managed to try 1-0. Great stuff. They're one of my favorite teams at the moment, Hull. Okay, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to take a look at the Star Tiger FC Road to Barcelona contest. Take a look at some of the questions that we got for you this week. Keep it right here. Hello there, welcome back to Football Everyday. Okay, at the top of the show we were taking a look at last weekend's matches, and I'll tell you what, I just want to squeeze in something about Hull. Shebby, mate, when is the bubble going to burst? Yet another 1-0 win. Phil Brown's team is really winning a lot of fans.
They are, and I mean, you look at their results, you look at the matches they've played. I don't think there's one match where we can say that they were lucky to win, you know, or that all this is a bit of a false dawn, that the bubble will burst. I don't think so. I think they're a very, very hard-working, resilient, well-organized team, you know, and they're up there because they deserve to be there.
On merit then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, great stuff. All right, we're going to move away from the football and take a look at the Star Tiger FC Road to Barcelona contest. That's right, it's week 7 now, and of course you know the drill. You answer these questions, get yourself a chance to go to the Classico, which is like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Also some Tiger goodies, Arsenal signed shirt, Messi shirt, all up for grabs. So Brian, what are this week's questions, mate?
Okay, it's questions for week 7. All right. Remember, this is the second last week. Just one more week left. And the questions, listen carefully. First one, name the first British Asian player to play and score in the Premiership. Okay, that's the British Asian player, the first one. Question 2, how many Champions League finals has Man United defender Patrice Evra appeared in?
Okay.
It's Patrice Evra in Champions League finals. How many?
Okay,
Right.
fantastic
Those are the
stuff.
two
Cheers, Brian. We're going to repeat those questions just before the end of the show, but just to recap, this is the Star Tiger FC Road to Barcelona contest. Win yourself a chance to go visit the Nou Camp, watch the Classico, right? Great stuff. All right, and we got another contest to talk about as well. This is an exclusive from Samsung, and it's the Trick Your Way to Stamford Bridge contest. Right, this is a very interesting contest for all those out there who reckon themselves a bit of a Maradona, a bit of a Ronaldinho. Right, if you think you got tricks and skills to show off, well, this is a contest for you. Shab, mate, break it down for me.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be between 18 and 21 years of age, you know, and on the 2nd of November at Sports Planet Subang Grand. Be there for 9 o'clock in the morning for registration. What you need to do is you need to show your skills, your juggling skills, and also your tricks, the tricks that, you know, get people out of their chairs, you know, something, you know, if you can juggle the ball with your nose.
Kind of like what Brian does on a regular basis.
Somebody show you now.
Yeah, and what you get is a 4-day trip to Chelsea Football Club, which includes a visit to Cobham, the training center, one training session there as well, and of course a visit to Stamford Bridge. So all those 18 to 21, show us your tricks.
Wow, so you get the London sights, you get to see Chelsea stars training. Cobham's a lovely part of England. Brilliant contest. So I'll tell you what, just to recap, if you want to enter this Trick Your Way to Stamford Bridge contest, just go to Sports Planet Subang Grand on the 2nd of November. Get there by 9 a.m. Register, show off your skills, right? Okay, good stuff. Well, we're going to come back to the football chat now. This weekend is a bumper weekend for all football fans out there. Some excellent matchups. We're going to start with Everton versus Man U, right? Shebby, I'm trembling at the prospect of Wayne Rooney returning to Goodison Park, mate.
Well, I think everybody is right now. I mean, Rooney is in red hot form. Coming back, you know, the only thing that I think could affect Rooney is I think the crowd at Goodison. I think they are not going to
That's a great point.
make it easy for him. I think, you know, they still have the ability to rub him the wrong way. I think he could still get carried away a little bit emotionally, and that could affect his performance.
Whoa, that's kind of like like a little mosquito irritating a lion, really. But Brian, Goodison Park's always been a happy hunting ground for United. Do you see anything changing about this?
I mean, like Shebby, I have my doubts about Rooney's temperament. It's been proven in the past when he feels frustrated when things aren't going his way. I mean, you see him going into wild tackles, and Ferguson has said in the past that Rooney needs to curb his temperament. He's still a young lad, he needs to mature. But having said that, Goodison has been a happy hunting ground for us. There are a lot of fond memories for me. But the one that really sticks out is actually a defeat. It was a bad defeat, I remember. Big Duncan Ferguson scoring at the end, and taking his shirt out and twirling it. Remember that?
Yes, I remember that well. And I also remember the standoff between Moyes and Ferguson. So lovely stuff there. All right, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, it's this weekend's game. And I tell you what, top lining this weekend's matches is the clash of the Titans between Chelsea and Liverpool. So stick around, more chat about that after these messages. Hello there, welcome back to Football Everyday. Okay, this weekend sees lots of excellent matches happening in the Premiership. Not least of all, Chelsea versus Liverpool. I tell you what, this is a matchup between two unbeaten teams still in the Prem. Guys, I mean, this is the kind of match like every football fan must be looking forward to, right?
It is, yeah. I mean, there's a history between these two teams, of course. But coming down to the football, I think Fernando Torres is going to be key. His presence or his absence, either way. His absence will give a clear advantage to Chelsea. His presence is going to give Chelsea a different problem. He's going to give their defenders a test, which I don't think any team has given them yet this season. So if yes, Chelsea great going forward, but I think if you put that defense under enough pressure, they could crack. But without Torres, I think I see Chelsea winning this, not comfortably. It will be a usual Chelsea Liverpool 1-0 here and there. One ball didn't cross the line, or a linesman should have flagged kind of situation.
Right.
Again.
So what you're saying is that you're predicting that both teams are kind of like even themselves out, and it's like a tight game, a war of attrition, maybe.
Liverpool will change the way they have been playing so far. They've been playing, quite open football, conceding goals, scoring plenty as well. But I think this is where they'll go to Stamford Bridge, shut up shop, try to make it, try to contain Chelsea rather than say let's go out there and attack Chelsea.
Well, I tell you what, Brian, Scolari is going to be a happy man because this weekend he gets to usher back all these injured superstars. We got the likes of Czech returning, Balek's returning, Ashley Cole. So how much of an impact will this have on his team selection and the performance?
Be huge, especially he would love to have someone like Drogba back in the side, leading the line. Chelsea, Liverpool can always count on it to be tasty clashes. Like Shebby Singh is going to be really close. Can Rafa get one over Scolari? I don't know. I mean, in his clashes with Mourinho, I always felt that Mourinho had a little bit of edge. And last season against Grant, they lost at Stamford Bridge and drew at Anfield. So maybe a chance to even things up.
Yeah. Okay. And there's a weakness, I think, Brian, in the centre of Liverpool's defence. I don't think Daniel Agger and Jamie Carragher, have got the kind of understanding or the kind of solidity that Carragher enjoyed with Skirtle.
Yeah.
So definitely, that's one area where I think the physical presence of Drogba could be very, very important.
Well, we got Dirk Kuyt, who's been popping up with lots of goals. You talk about lack of firepower, Shebby, but could this man make the impact? He seems to be playing away from the wing now, more up front.
Yeah, I mean, he was signed as a striker. He's never played in that position, but he is showing now, that he has matured. He's rather than running around aimlessly or just doing the simple things. He's realized that if he is going to survive as a Liverpool player, he needs to take his game to the next level. And I think in the last 2-3 matches, we've seen him. I'm beginning to see a new Dirk Kuyt. Somebody that shows that he's got that little bit extra. And once again, he is going to be crucial.
Okay, great stuff. Well, Liverpool's favourite golden retriever, he might be the man to make the difference this weekend. Okay, well, that's obviously one of the choice matches, the choice match to look out for this weekend. But another one that catches the eye is the North East derby between Sunderland and Newcastle. Now,
I thought you were going to say Spurs with Bolton, but never mind.
I didn't want to mention Spurs this week, mate. You know,
let's not.
Let's not mention Spurs this week. Yeah, but like Sunderland versus Newcastle is always a tasty encounter, and you know what, Shebs, the Mackims are really looking forward to meeting their arch rivals, just to turn the screw a bit, you know.
Oh, I think time turning the screw I think has passed. I think the last two performances from Newcastle have been very encouraging. I mean, full of determination. You know, showing a desire which they showed at the first game of the season when they played Man United. You know, so it's not going to be easy for Sunderland, and I think this is going to be a proper derby. You know, yellow, red cards all over the place because there's just too much at stake.
But I tell you what, like Shebs, I got my doubts about Newcastle. I know Kinnear's come in and they've got back-to-back draws, but is back-to-back draw really what's required? Surely 3 points is what's required.
3 points. You know, but you know, at least he started the right way by saying let's not lose. Yeah, I know they got two dubious, not dubious. I mean, 2 goals against Man City. I mean, Richard Dunn scores the most bizarre own goals. You know, and a clearance from Dunn. You know, ricochets of 3 players falls for Shola Amiobi. But this is the kind of luck, you know, that builds confidence where players feel like, all right, you know, we've got the rub of the green with us now. You know, we can take our game to the next level. So riding on that confidence, I think it's not going to be easy for Sunderland.
Okay, fantastic stuff. Well, boys, excellent. Thanks as usual for all this chat. We'll be back at the same time, same place next week. Until then, keep it right in football every day. But I'll tell you what, before we go, I'd just like to repeat the questions for the Star Tiger FC Road to Barcelona contest. Quickly, Brian.
Yeah, first one, name the first British Asian player to play and score in the Premiership. And the second one, how many Champions League finals has Man United defender Patrice Evra played in?
All right. On that note, enjoy your football. We are Football Every Day. Goodbye.